ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः।
The mighty Himalayas, adorned for its spectacular scenic beauty and worshipped for it being dotted with ancient shrines, also happens to be the source of the holy Ganges and other sacred rivers. Swami Vivekananda, who came in the portal of heaven yearning for spiritual attainment, also observed the abject suffering of local people, sadhus and pilgrims. His guru Sri Ramakrishna, the prophet of harmony of religion, also wanted him to serve the poor and ailing as veritable Shiva. Accordingly, one day Swami Vivekananda called his dear disciple Swami Kallanananda and instructed him to come to Rishikesh Hardwar. Hardwar, the gateway to the temples of both Har and Hari, and encircled by the holy Ganges, remains under the loving gaze of Mansha and Chandi temples. Hardwar, an ideal place for a life of contemplation, is one of the 4 centers where after every 12 years the Purna Kumbh Mela is held, and millions of pilgrims take holy bath in this Har Ki Pauri. To provide medical relief to the monks and others, Swami Kallanananda opened Ramakrishna Sevashrama in the shanty village of Kankhal in July 1901. This Ramakrishna Sevashrama was later affiliated to the Ramakrishna Mission in 1911 in the name of Ramakrishna Mission Sevashrama. Swami Kallanananda hired 2 rooms in Pahari Bazar, Kankhal, on the monthly rent of 3 rupees. Thereafter, the Sevashrama was shifted to the present location in 1903, and his brother disciple, Swami Nishyananda, joined him in the same year. Swami Nishyananda used to walk a long distance of 15 miles to Rishikesh with food and medicines for the poor patients, and returned to Kankhal same afternoon treating the patients at Rishikesh. During their lifetime, 4 indoor male wards with 60 beds were constructed. The remnant of one of such units, built in 1915, can still be seen here. A separate Thesis ward, which now houses the main office, was constructed in 1911. The personalized services of the founder Swamis gave at least some relief to these poor patients. The old Sevashrama blossomed into a gorgeous institution with the completion of Swami Vivekananda Centenary Block, which was opened on the 13th of April 1968, thus putting all the patients in one building. This indoor male ward with 65 beds and 2 operation theatres now remains equipped with modern hospital equipments and treats the poor patients in a warm, personalized ambience. The Sevashrama always felt the necessity of providing in-house medical treatment to the women folk. Hence, the construction of a separate hospital building named after the founder Swamis, Kallanananda Nishyananda, where the female ward could be opened, was undertaken in 1979. The OPD and other diagnostic departments were housed in this new building. It was made functional in 1990, and the most revered Swami, Ranganathanandaji, the president of the order, did a formal inauguration of it subsequently. Emergency ward is a most important component of any modern hospital. The Sevashrama too has this ward with 6 to 7 beds fitted with bedside monitors and other sophisticated equipments, and it works round the clock. the Sevashrama wants to increase its bed strength to 15, for which it requires a hefty amount of rupees 5 millions. Hardwar, which has a slum population of more than 100,000, also suffers from this health problem. Therefore, the Sevashrama has opened all the key departments. This hospital building houses the OPD and the specialists of medicine, surgery, orthopedics, gynecology, obstetrics, pediatrics, ophthalmology, ENT, dentistry, and physiotherapy. The physiotherapy meets a great requirement of the old people and those struck with accidental cases. Besides, it has all the diagnostic departments like X-ray, ECG, ultrasonography and laboratory. X-ray department was opened in 1958 and it has now a modern Siemens X-ray 500 MA plant. The laboratory is always a core department for any modern hospital. Therefore, the Sevashram's laboratory is being revamped with new ultra-modern auto-analyzer. A Toshiba ultrasound eco-color Doppler has replaced the old ultrasound machine, thereby appreciably strengthening the diagnostic systems of the hospital. India has the dubious distinction of losing 572 mothers from every 100,000 delivery. The Sevashrama therefore focused its attention on eliminating the abject plight of the mother and child of this nascent state and opened the Mother and Child Care Unit a few years back. Despite major advancements in eye care, more people in India suffer from a complete loss of sight. The ophthalmology department has therefore been equipped with all modern equipments, including a phaco machine. There are 2 operation theatres in the male ward and 1 in the female ward, where all the surgical cases are done. Replacing old instruments with modern ones has strengthened these operation theatres. Reverend Swami Atmasthanananda Ji formally opened ICCU in April 2002. About rupees 5 million were spent on equipping it with bedside monitors, ventilators, etc. This meets a long outstanding demand of the local people. The Sevashrama has already spent more than rupees 1 crore in all these modernization work. There are about 12 special private rooms with all modern facilities. The patients and their family attendants feel at home in this cozy and quiet atmosphere. The Sevashrama hospital works round the clock, hence doctors' flats, nurses and technicians' hostels are providing accommodation to them in a sprawling campus bedecked with lush green set up for their children to grow in favorable condition. Of course, additional living quarters have to be built to accommodate growing workforce of the Sevashrama. A newly built overhead water tank meets the growing need of potable water for both the mission and the mutt units. India lives in the villages. So to cater to the medical needs at their very doorstep, around 150 kilometers of the base hospital, the mobile medical unit was started in 1972-73. Another vehicle, the Tata Sumo for the eye department, has been inducted recently. Muslim ladies who do not like to travel a long distance are being benefited most by this mobile service. Thus, the Sevashrama Hospital has been upgraded into a most modern multi-speciality charitable hospital. It has treated 9,085,133 patients during last 100 years. There cannot be a better place for the tired body and mind for enjoying the healing bliss and illumination than this aura of spiritual serenity of the mutt, which was created in December 1980 after the bifurcation of Sevashrama into a mutt and mission centers. Thus the temple, Sadhu Nivas and the agricultural farm came under the domain of the mutt. The Brahmananda block, reconstructed on the old model, has the library, which is in existence since the very inception of the Kankhal center. Swami Bireshwarananda ji consecrated a new temple on the 13th of April 1972. The devout get spiritual elixir sitting before the image of Sri Ramakrishna. The community kitchen provides wholesome food to all the patients as well as the monks and workers. The workers and inmates of the Sevashrama take food in this community dinner hall in a spirit of camaraderie. The Gosala, which has about 100 cow heads, supplies 250-litre pure milk daily for all the patients and inmates. The agricultural farm provides cereals, green vegetables to the community kitchen. The sun sets just at the back of the mat, and the tinkling sweet sound of the temple instruments and music soothe the tired mind and ill body. When the Ganga Artika at Har Ki Pauri vibrates the whole atmosphere of the city, the evening Artika of the Mat temple, accompanied by soul-stirring music, creates benign effect on the devotees. This visual portrait of Sevashrama, depicting just a glimpse of the blazing fire of service and spirituality through more than a century, concludes.